Oh my goodness, it's popcorn time. Now I know how people feel who are diehard soap opera fans and it's an episode where there's a wedding going on. Spoiler alert, it never goes smoothly. We have some big boy talks from Charlie Lee on Twitter. He's making a bet. He will trade anyone. Well, he's made it out to Jeff Garzik, Eric Voorhees, and Barry Silbert. He will trade 250 2x coins for 250 normal Bitcoins after the hard fork. 250 normal Bitcoins is over $1 million at today's valuation. Then comes along Roger and says, why didn't you include me? I'd like some of this action. And then goes on to attack Charlie, no doubt for having the No2x tag in his Twitter name, which, by the way, mad respect for doing that. It's difficult for people in the public domain to make their opinions, their stances known, because no doubt there are people out there that are going to hate on you for it because they have the opposite viewpoints. Not that I get hate for it. Have you seen my YouTube comment section? In my totally unbiased opinion, best community on YouTube. You don't believe me? Let's have a look at some videos. Like water. I also like water. I'm going to move over here. I'm making the monks nervous. Brown paper. I can't. Walton's going crazy. It is. You got me. Checked several times a day. I knew it. I hope Fiat Guy will buy Mick Burger with a 10x card. Me too. Stops his porn. Could you have a nicer... could you receive a nicer comment than that? The only time I'm not checking CoinMarketCap is when I'm watching Crypto Daily. We love you. Nice job, but please calm down with the backgrounds. No. No. Only faster. Only more extreme. Actually, this is a good point. So some of the videos that I use are naturally fast, and if I slow it down, it looks juddery. Fair point. The whole ICO concept is incredibly young and evolving rapidly. Want to have certainty? Buy fiat. I agree. Excellent. Again, don't burn out on us. Get some rest. Thank you. Your analysis of the Bitcoin distribution is flawed. Or maybe you were just being comical at that moment. Aren't I always? Us avatars have a hard time understanding you humans sometimes. I'm not sure what that means. Because he is an avatar. Nice dedication to the character. No one with a substantial holding of Bitcoin would keep all their coins in one wallet. That's likely, but conjecture. They would likely distribute their holding over multiple wallets, perhaps even hundreds of wallets to hide their true wealth. Yeah, that's definitely a potential. So the point is, though, that a lot of people who are saying that Bitcoin is in the hands of a few and it's not fairly distributed is a fair argument. And I kind of showed that what you're saying is kind of strengthening my argument. Still a better alternative to fiat, so I think we're in agreement anyway. Andreas literally couldn't have said it any better. If this Bitcoin thing doesn't work out for you, you have a bright future in editing and direction, or possibly stand up, love your work, daily watcher. Checking CoinMarketCap every hour, listening to DJ Khaled's greatest hits. Love you guys. This isn't cringy, is it? Back on subject, I went on a rant there about how great you guys are. Anything I'm really passionate about, I do tend to go on rants about. So Charlie takes him up on his offer. It says, deal. It's written in ink on Twitter. Irrefutable. No one's backing out of that now. Is this the best business deal he's made since breakfast time? Likely, but we'll have to see. No one knows what the immediate value of the 2x coins are going to be. Here's Charlie saying deal, and that Charlie didn't initially include Roger because he thought he was super focused on Bitcoin Cash, which, you know, clearly he has been. Speaking of which, no Bitcoin Cash blocks in 6 hours. Facepalm. It's just, it's excellent popcorn moments. This is much better than EastEnders. Something I was thinking about. So you know this upcoming fork in Bitcoin? Are we going to see an altcoin market crash because people are moving from altcoins back into Bitcoin, waiting for the fork so they can get as many Bitcoin coins or more of a Bitcoin in anticipation for having the same amount on the new fork? I think so. This isn't something that I would say is a good idea. At least if I'm only talking to you guys. If you guys represented all the market, I would say I don't think it's a good idea. I think altcoins can grow a lot faster. For example, Vibe is a rocket right now. If you got into that, congratulations are in order right now. Sumo Coin way up from when I talked about it. Walton, things are growing potentially faster than Bitcoin if you're picking the right ones. But if I'm not mistaken, did we see some kind of altcoin crash for the last hard fork. And this time, you have to keep in mind that people are aware of what happened. They've got a better understanding of what a fork means. Bitcoin Cash proved to be quite profitable for those who were in control of their private keys and got free Bitcoin Cash coins. Maybe they'll be more inclined to do it again, especially now that there's 2 planned forks coming with the 2x and the Bitcoin Gold. Just a thought. And another thought, expect a pump for the 2x coin. I don't know how sustainable it would be. Remember, we saw one for Bitcoin Cash. Expect that to happen with Bitcoin 2x. Remember, there are people out here with hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more, with big political agendas. There is a lot of manipulation going on. There absolutely is. So be fluid with your thoughts, with your actions. Be adaptable. I can't tell you what the best thing is, nor do I think anyone should. Ignoring cryptocurrencies may not be wise. I saw this post originally and I almost totally disregarded it because I was like, May? The best performing asset of the last 3 years. But then I was curious as to who she was addressing, because maybe she was talking to people that don't like money, because then that would make sense. Conference in London, okay. But she does give a good point, what I would call the coup de grace for Bitcoin. I don't know what that means per se either, but I'm pretty sure it works in this scenario. Instead of adopting the currency of another country, no, wait, hold on. Notably, she outlined possible scenarios in which a country, particularly those with weak institutions and unstable national currencies, might actually embrace one. Yes. Instead of adopting the currency of another country, such as the US dollar, which some countries have done, some of these economies might see a growing use of virtual currencies. Call it dollarization 2.0. Excellent points, things I've been saying, but potentially put a lot more eloquently than I could have put it. This is pretty baller. I hodl. I also hodl, but I too would like a Bitcoin number plate. I think that'd be pretty cool. Not for pride reasons, no, purely for marketing ones. When I first saw this, I thought, what's going on in the community right now? I thought, oh yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. And then I was thinking about it and it actually isn't. So what I think would be more accurate is individuals' faces on these people watching Bitcoin struggle. And if the coins were on their knees praying that Bitcoin comes out okay, that would be the more accurate scenario, I would say. Maybe room for a good meme. More Japan is the new China news. This is going to keep happening. Japan endorses 11 different crypto exchanges, turns into friendliest Asian Bitcoin market. This sets Japan on a path to becoming the headquarters for everything Bitcoin. I think that's true. I think Japan will be the new China unless something happens. I think there's some like fake article going around now today that China's putting in legislation for cryptocurrencies. It's not clear. We'll need to wait for an actual voice, one that isn't sketchy. I'll tell you which news site is sketchy. Yeah, that's the post I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about this one. And the extreme bias on this website. A closer look at the suspicious activity involved with the Bitcoin Gold fork. There is a lot of controversy surrounding this fork, as the Bitcoin Gold team is very unorganized and the project is also tied to those perpetuating the No 2x movement. You know, that's a lot of people that you've just tied into that statement, trying to make them look as bad as possible. I thought news websites were meant to remain neutral. I think the more forks of Bitcoin there are, potentially the better, because we had one and then it was like, oh, is it going to challenge Bitcoin? But then, you know, users, and I mean this, users have chosen the normal Bitcoin over Bitcoin Cash. Just have a look at how many people are using it. But yeah, I know it's still early days, but still, the more forks there are, the bigger the basket becomes for Bitcoin altcoins or Bitcoin fork coins. The more that are in that basket, potentially the less unique, the less attractive Bitcoin Cash looks. Not saying there isn't a market for people that want big blocks and people that want GPU mining coin like Bitcoin Gold. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we should fork more. No, I don't want to. No, I don't know what I want. I don't know. Because the problem with forks is that You have to worry about replay protection. You have to get your coins out of storage. That is not good. Brand wars, I don't think are good. But I'm offended. I'm getting angry at that website. I mean, you couldn't make your bias more clear. You can't be pro-choice. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it and then be so anti-choice when another choice comes out. Like, treat me with a little bit more respect. You're not even trying to be subtle right now. But looking at the markets, we are approaching $150 billion market cap. Bitcoin is a couple % up from yesterday, which is nice to see. That is sustainable growth, I feel, in this space. And remember, when we get to the trillions of dollars of market cap, it's going to be a lot more stable. There's not going to be the whales who can influence things. Right now, a few % in a day is probably still quite volatile, but we'll see flatlining when we have trillion-dollar market caps or just much slower growth or recession. Usual suspects again in the highest growers. Chainlink, pretty decent project. Bitcoin Dark, again, it always seems to show up for work and be here. Look at those steps. It's not really natural growth. It does the spiky thing. So when it spikes, everyone sees it. Qtum is recovering. There's been a lot of developments with this. Still a little bit all over the place. What's on sale? Salt just came out of the ICO and it's cheaper than it was in the ICO. So if you don't get a bonus or something, then that kind of sucks. Walton down a little bit, but I can easily see these guys turning up for work again on the biggest gainers, but I'm not sure. I feel like I haven't used my background very much today. It's nice though, right? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Totally agreed. You could say it's brilliant self-marketing, but honestly, real recognize real. You can tell he's coming from a place of integrity. And I absolutely agree with everything he said. Yes, I mentioned, yes, you could say I'm biased. But that was a great video.